Bahrain has accused Yemen's Houthis of killing two of its soldiers in a drone strike near the Saudi border. Bahrain is part of the Saudi-led coalition that has fought the Houthis since 2015. Saudi Arabia is calling Monday's incident a provocation and is threatening to respond. A Houthi spokesman says the Saudi-led coalition has killed several Yemeni soldiers in the past month and calls the violations regrettable. Last week, Saudi and Houthi officials held a round of talks in Riyadh on a potential agreement to end the conflict in Yemen. Saudi Arabia said some progress was made during the meetings, but gave no further details. Well, Al Jazeera's Hashem Ahelbarra is here for more context on this story. And just how significant is this attack? And if the Houthis are indeed behind it, what message do you think that they are trying to send here?
So the Houthis do control that entire areas bordering Saudi Arabia from the north. Sada is the focal point and the stronghold of the Houthis in the northern part of Yemen. Still, they have not issued any statement on this particular incident, and there's no claim of responsibility from the Houthis. Is it a setback? It's a major setback, particularly against the backdrop of what you've been talking about, which is basically the talks between the Houthis and the Saudis about a permanent political solution that would put an end to the fighting between the two.
If there are divisions within the Houthis, this doesn't particularly bode well for a settlement to any conflict, does it?
I was there in mid-July. I don't think there is a division within the establishment itself. It's a very well-organized militarily and politically institution. They do have an absolute say, and they do have a leader who has massive control over the military establishment and the political institutions of the country. What kind of impact will it have on the future if the Saudis decide to retaliate, launching attacks against the Houthis? It will lead to an unprecedented wave and cycle of confrontation between the Saudis and the Houthis in a level that we haven't seen before.
Yeah, how likely do you think that that could happen?
Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman of Saudi Arabia insisted he wants to move forward when it comes to the deal with the Houthis. And I do understand from my own sources that they are so close to finalizing the deal. The Houthis still insist they want the Saudis to compensate them, to pay wages of the public servants, and also to reopen the ports which are under the control of the Houthis and the airport of Sana'a. Also, they say we want a time frame for all the foreign troops to withdraw from Yemen, including the southern part of Yemen, which is not controlled by the Houthis, but which is also controlled by different regional forces, the Saudis and the Emiratis.
I mean, it's been over a year since the ceasefire negotiations began. I mean, even before this attack, why did they stall? What was the sticking point?
There was a moment when Saudi Arabia said, the moment we will finalize the deal, we will try to mediate a political settlement between all the different factions. Let me just give an idea to our viewers of what is happening in Yemen. There is not one entity in Yemen. There is a north controlled by the Houthis. There is a south controlled by the secessionists who want to restore a Marxist-Leninist state that existed before 1994 when they both united North, and 1990 when both North and South united. There are different forces operating on the ground. Saudis have a huge leverage over the internationally recognized government. The Emiratis have a huge leverage over the secessionists in the south. The Houthis are saying, no, we sign a deal, you have to pull out from the country. By the way, today we mark 61 years since military soldiers launched a coup in the northern part of the country against the Imam, which was one of the oldest dynasties in northern part of Yemen. It just gives you an idea about how this country has been always divided and struggling to move forward.
Oh, thank you so much. We really do appreciate you coming in and breaking it all down for us. That's Al Jazeera's Hashem Ahelbarra. Thank you.